Hello and welcome to this edition of the Halcyon live update. My name is Lorne Risley. I'm going to be a host of this episode as obviously. I thought I'd just make a very quick video just explaining what is going to be coming up on the channel over the next couple of days and weeks, because obviously with the lockdown being in place I have the opportunity to make more videos and to produce more videos. However, what I've never been good at is telegraphing what's coming and when so that people can tune in. So basically over the next couple of days you've got two reviews coming out on Monday and Wednesday. For One Finger Death Punch on Monday, great game, you should go and play it. And then Ultimate Racing 2D, which is coming out on Wednesday. Again, good game, but only if you're a racing fan. What else you've got coming out? Well, I've recently done a podcast with a buddy of mine by the name of Mickey B. That's going to be coming out over the next couple of days as well, as soon as I can get that rendered. That's going to be a top 5 list of sorts, albeit there's more back and forth going on in that video than anything else. Also working on a couple of other podcasts with a couple of other developers. Again, during lockdown, we're obviously all limited in what we can and can't do. Therefore, developers are probably going to be a bit more sparing with their time as far as being able to sit down and do an hour-long podcast. I'm trying to arrange a few of those for a while. Unfortunately, I keep getting sidetracked by other things that prohibit me from having prolonged correspondence with developers. So I will be looking more into that. As well as that, I'm toying with the idea of starting to do Twitch streams on a regular basis. How regular depends on how interested people would be in even watching it. I've tried it a couple of times over the last couple of days. I'm not sure it's necessarily for me, but I've never tried it before, so therefore I do want to give it a try and see if it goes anywhere as far as being able to exhibit games in a way that I don't usually exhibit them in my reviews or my Let's Plays. My Let's Plays, I think, Let's Plays I will try and phase out more and more as we go. If a game is on Steam, I will do my utmost to review it, because I feel like, number one, it's not going to affect the performance of my PC if I'm not streaming at the same time as playing a game, as opposed to just screen capturing it. My PC is going to perform naturally better, and I want to give the game as fair a shake as possible. And I have to admit, some of the games that I've played recently, it's no fault of the developer, it's mine. The PC just can't handle the rate the game plays, and once you tweak it you can get it to work, but then again you're putting constraints on it with the live streaming and also with the rendering. So that will be phased out as far as the Steam games go, but however, games on Xbox, the system can handle it easily, and also my internet connection is stronger than it's ever been, so therefore it's going to be easier to stream on that basis. So I guess what I'd want to do is gauge the response that people have to any of the live streams that I do in order to kind of get an idea of A, if they're worth doing, B, if they're any good, and C, what kind of games you'd want to see played on a live stream over the period of maybe 30 minutes to an hour, as opposed to the reviews, which I'm trying to limit to about 10 minutes these days, rather than the typical sort of half an hour reviews that I used to do, which probably bombard people with too much information. So I'm trying to limit it as much as I can there, but they still take time to put together, they still take time to play the game enough to review it properly and give you a decent and a fair assessment, as opposed to games where, you know, I'm only playing it for 10-15 minutes to give you basically a first impression. So we'll gauge those and we'll see how those go. On top of that, I will continue to do more vlogs like this, because there's stuff going on at the moment, obviously in the wider world, that relate to the videos that I've done over the last couple of days and weeks, where, you know, I'm talking about social issues in a broad spectrum rather than just tweeting about them, which is what I was doing initially. I was tweeting about them far too much, like, you know, just making large, overarching, angry points that tend to have no real relevance after a couple of days when the situation changes. So I'd rather kind of address things directly, if that makes sense, because I feel like not only is the point going to be more tangible and more relevant, but also it's going to be more cohesive and coherent, rather than these, you know, spewing of angry rants and so on and so forth. So you might see a few more of those as going forward as well, in which case I hope you check those out. And again, as I say at the end of every video, I sincerely hope you are checking out every content creator in the description of my videos at the moment. Again, because we're all on lockdown, we're all craving content, so this is no better time than ever than to sample other smaller, lesser known channels, give them a shake. Why? Well, because frankly, their content is as good as the top tier guys. The only difference is that the top tier guys you've had a chance to get, you know, to know on a regular basis through years and years of exposure, even though I would argue a lot of them, their quality of product is, I mean, KSI is the best example. Talk about a content creator who's let his quality of product slide to now where he's a parody of himself. You know what I mean? You've got new guys. Now, again, I'm biased. There's a couple of guys, I mean, GFY I would like you to watch. Defunct game, I'd love you to watch if you could, because again, I'm on his channel on the periphery, so if you could check him out, you're not only supporting him, you're supporting me. Check out some of the other guys. I mean, the other guy I'd like you to check out as well is the guy who's on the podcast, Mickey B. He's going to start doing live streams and Let's Plays on a regular basis, he tells me. He's got a couple lined up. And I would appreciate if you would go and check out the one he's done already on Mass Effect Andromeda. Leave him some comments, leave him some feedback as to what he can do to improve and what games you'd want to see him play. And again, if that's successful and I'm successful with my live streaming, we may be able to collaborate more, you know, if we're playing multiplayer games on Xbox Live, or anything along those lines where the content can become a little bit more diverse. I feel like sometimes I get into a rut and I just produce one type of content for a period of time, and then that leads me to get bored of that, and then I sort of search for different ideas. So I like doing the reviews, but they're very time consuming. I don't like doing the Let's Plays as much, but they're easy to do and they can be produced very, very quickly, and I can get through a lot of games very, very quickly. The live streaming hopefully is a bit of a compromise between that, because at least then you're seeing the game play out in real time rather than the Let's Plays, which, you know, you can catch me in a bad moment, you could catch a bad technical day, the game just might be having an off moment, all these different things. So please leave me your thoughts in the comment section below, what you would like to see going forward, preferable, and I'll try my best to tailor the content towards what you guys are looking for, but we'll see what happens from there. In the meantime, though, thank you very much for watching this update video. Yeah, no, new layout. I've tried my best to prohibit the light behind me, but unfortunately I don't have curtains in here, and this couch being here is a brand new addition to this particular room. I don't know why it's taking me so long to get up here. But I hope you're taking care of yourselves. I hope you're checking out some of the content creation in the description below, as I just said. Follow me on Twitter. Check me out on Twitch. It's the same. The Halcyon Show. Real reason to find. Same logo, same everything. So it should be super easy to find. And yeah, stay tuned for any other videos that come out in the next couple of days and weeks. So I hope you're taking care of yourselves. I hope you're staying safe, stay indoors, and all the rest of that jazz. Even though I know that they've just posted record numbers in multiple areas yet again. So well done, UK public, you fucking cretins. Well done, all of you. But for those of you watching this, I know you're reasonable. I know you understand the severity of the situation, so I know I can count on you to stay at home and watch every video I've ever made 10 times, leaving likes and buying me presents. So thank you very much for that in advance. Take care of yourselves. I've been Leonides, I've been your host of this episode, and I'll see you in the next episode.